Hello and welcome to the Puck Drops Here podcast. I'm your host, John Crawford, along with my brother Howie, here for episode number 11 of season 3. Howie, here we go again. We're going to try this again. We tried recording and we've been having technical difficulties all morning long. So, yep, Halloween is over. I see you got a lot of the yellow stuff off of you.
Yes, I'm jaundice free.
Jaundice free. Bert has gone home. I am now visible once again. And now we move closer to Thanksgiving, our Thanksgiving show. We have a Thanksgiving show this year.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I don't know. Well, I know I'm going to be working that night.
Yeah.
But I'll be home during the day.
Well, I'll get off on that morning, and we'll just record like we normally do, I guess. On Thanksgiving Day, we'll have a Thanksgiving Day show.
Maybe we'll eat in front of the camera.
Yeah, we'll have our turkey. And our Thanksgiving meal.
It would be breakfast for me.
Well, it would be for me, too.
But I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. And then after that, we have the our now annual dropping of the Yule log in December.
Which that I look forward to.
Yeah. You don't want to miss the dropping of the Yule log. To kick off the holiday season. All right, Howie. So yeah, Halloween is over. We had a lot of hockey this week.
A lot of hockey, a lot of injuries.
A lot of injuries going down. So let's kind of just jump into that. That's kind of the hockey news, is the injuries.
Yeah.
So,
the big names out there, the biggest one that's out there right now is obviously Connor McDavid for Edmonton.
Yeah.
But other than that, Carey Price is out. Evander Kane is out. You almost have to go through team by team. Jonas Hiller is out.
Yeah.
James Wisniewski is out. Marian Hossa is out. Duncan Keith is out. And then, who is it? Detroit, I think, is...
Yeah, Detroit has several.
Yeah, Detroit and St. Louis, I think, are the ones that are banged up the most. Detroit, you got Matt Green, Kyle Quincy, Brad Richard, Johan Franzen, and Pavel Datsyuk.
Yeah, that hurts. And the thing with this list, it doesn't list how long they'll be out or an ETA on when they may.
And that's the thing. Well, even with McDavid, all they're saying is months. So what's
which
months?
Is terrible.
That could be 2, that could be 3, that could be 4. We don't know.
All right. And then when we were trying to record this before, you had brought up an interesting scenario there in Edmonton. Why don't you go ahead?
Yeah, with that, because I was thinking on the way home last night from work, I was thinking for Edmonton, since they are in their rebuilding stage, in a sense, or they're kind of past the rebuilding. They're still in the process, but they've already, I guess, began the process from a couple years ago.
Right.
But with McDavid being out now, and he's going to be out for quote unquote months, can this and will this be the trigger for our first big trade of the season to fill that gap in while he's out?
Right. Interesting to think about. They definitely need the help now. They're a team that's sitting at 5-8 right now. Fifth in the division. It's still early in the season. They can salvage it if
because if they do make the trade, I mean, I don't see them getting rid of any of their established players. I think it would just be basically trade for maybe a second, third line forward to fill in that gap.
Right. That's a big gap to fill.
Yeah, it is. And, trade for, prospects and either one or two draft picks.
Mm-hmm. Well, who do they have right now down in their system?
I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't even tell you.
I'll be interested to see.
But if you look at the free agencies,
well, who have they had? They've played since that happened on what? On Wednesday?
Just 2 days ago.
2 days ago. Have they played since?
No.
So they play tonight, then, right?
Let me look at the schedule.
I know the Kings play tonight.
I know Minnesota plays tonight too.
I don't see them. I'll be interested to see who they get to fill the lineup.
No, they do not play tonight.
Wow.
They play tomorrow against Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah. They were talking about that because they wanted to see, I guess, the matchup between McDavid and...
Oh, and Crosby?
And Crosby, right.
No, that ain't going to happen.
That's not going to happen. And, it kind of stinks because it probably would be a pretty good game.
Right.
And
but if you look at the free agencies, though, that the free agents that are going to be coming up for this at the end of this season, there's a really good pool, and there's already been rumors anyway of Tampa Bay getting rid of Stamkos, but I don't see Stamkos going into Edmonton. I think. Because, like we were discussing earlier, I think if they bring someone in to fill in that gap for McDavid, it's going to be basically a temporary basis.
Right. Well, look at where Stamkos is.
And then come the deadline, unload that player again.
Right. But look at where Stamkos is on this unrestricted list.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're looking at
that's a lot of cash.
$7.7 million contract. Or no, that was Kopitar.
Yeah, that's a 5.5.
Yeah. But, I mean, you figure, let's move down, to, let's say, a $1.5 million hit. And you got some, decent names down here. I mean, you got, let's see, Patrick Eaves of Dallas. He's going to be coming up.
Yeah.
Justin Fontaine, he's actually injured, though, right now.
Sean Thornton.
Yeah. Patrick Bordelot. Kyle Brodziak.
Jonas Enroth. He's been playing really good.
Matt Fratton. Steven Deonta. Jordan Tutu.
Yeah, there's
Matt Cullen. I mean, there's some good names down there at a cheap price.
Yeah.
And you'd only be bringing them in just on a temporary basis. Get rid of some prospects on a draft pick, and then come deadline, trade that player again back for the prospects and the draft picks you gave up.
Now, Sean Horkoff, Trevor Lewis.
So you go towards the bottom of the list. There's some good players down there to fill in that gap.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. But these are players that will be available at the end of the year.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Right.
That's why I think it would be easier to possibly get a hold of them. That way the team doesn't have to worry about trying to re-sign them or try to unload them later.
Right. Right. But do you think a lot of these players will be looking for the 1 year contract? And
Well, I mean, it depends. I mean, a lot of these players. I mean, even if it's on a temporary basis, I don't think they'd really mind. So it's or they'd go and they just test the free agent waters at the end of the season anyway.
right. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I'm really interested to see what they do then tomorrow, did you say?
Yeah,
Against Pittsburgh?
yeah, they play Pittsburgh tomorrow.
So that might be one to keep an eye on to see how they fill that roster out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wonder if this will be that trigger though to start.
Oh, maybe. It'll be interesting to see. And it's not just Edmonton, though. I mean, there's other teams out there that are like the Detroits.
Yeah.
They're just banged up, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's the thing. I mean with Detroit, they got a fairly deep system though too.
Yeah, they're deep, but right now they're sitting in 5th in the Atlantic right now.
Yeah.
With a winning record. They're a game above 500.
Yeah.
No, they're not. They're a game above 500, right?
But yeah, if you look at this list though for free agents coming to the end of the season, this off season is going to be really interesting because there is
It could be, yeah.
a big names out here.
Yeah.
And if you start at the top, I mean, you got Eric Stahl, Anze Kopitar, Patrick Elias, Steven Stamkos, Michael Grabner, Radim Verbata, David Backus, Shane Doan. Well, Doan's not going to go anywhere. He's going to stay in Phoenix.
Yeah. But that's a lot of money up there.
Yeah. Andrew Ladd, Kyle Poso, David Perron, Ted Purcell, Tomo Rutu, Yuri Hudler. I mean,
it goes
there's
on and
a lot
on.
of there's a lot of big names out here.
Yep. Let's kind of go through the standings now and see what we got. Let's start in the East in the Atlantic. Man, Montreal, Howie. I knew they were going to be good, but they're really good.
Yeah, they are.
They're 11-2-1. They have a plus 25 differential. Plus 25. They have 51 goals for and 26 against. Man. Followed by Ottawa. And let's see, where's what am I looking for here? Points. Oh, well, Montreal has 23 points. Ottawa's in second with 14, and followed by Tampa Bay with 14. Boston and Detroit and Florida at 13. Buffalo at 10. Toronto at 6. Pretty tight. Montreal, though, man, they're just hot. Then in the Metropolitan, we've got the Rangers at top with 18 points. The Islanders with 17. This is a tight division. Pittsburgh or Washington and Pittsburgh with 16. New Jersey with 13. Carolina and Philadelphia with 10. And Columbus with 6. Columbus is just a mystery to me.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
I think I don't know. I think they're gonna be. I think they'll turn that corner, though. I mean, but they're in a situation now where they're gonna have to really fight and scratch to get even probably a wild card spot at this point.
Well,
I mean, granted, really early in the season, but I know they got a lot of work ahead of them.
Man, I don't get it because they look so good on paper.
Yeah. Hey.
But the rest of that Metropolitan Division is in it, you know?
Yeah.
is in it. So you can go ahead with the West now.
The West starting in the Central.
Hey!
Quiet. Oh, God. Okay.
The dogs are going a little nuts. That's all right.
Starting in the Central, you got Dallas up on top with 20 points. Dallas has been really good too.
Yeah.
They look really good.
Yeah.
Followed by St. Louis at 19 points, Winnipeg with 17, Minnesota 16, Nashville 16, Chicago 15, and Colorado pretty much where I expected them to be down at the bottom.
Right, but look at the rest of that division, really tight. Which we predicted this division would be.
Right. Yeah, that was expected to have this really tight.
Yeah.
And even with Chicago being a 6 for myself, that's kind of expected with what's going on there. So I mean, everything's kind of
going as planned.
Yeah, going pretty much.
Yeah, as predicted. Yeah. All right, the Pacific.
Expecting is Winnipeg. Then out in the Pacific, you have your Los Angeles Kings and Vancouver Canucks are tied for first at 16 points, followed by San Jose with 12, Arizona with 11, Edmonton with 10, Anaheim with 8, and Calgary's in the basement with 7.
Right.
Calgary's been a surprise too. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, another team that's struggling. Although they just lost Hiller.
Yeah,
that doesn't help.
Which I was just looking. Actually, Hiller and Ramo are both of them are going to be unrestricted free agents at the end of the season.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what they do there with their goaltending situation.
Right. But the rest of the division is tight. It doesn't look the way I had thought it would.
No.
Especially with Anaheim and Calgary at the bottom right now.
Yeah.
But hey, I'm okay with that as long as my Kings are at the top. And I didn't expect Vancouver to be where they were. I know that you did, didn't you? Didn't you have them? You had them pretty high.
I believe I had them fairly low.
But they're playing all right now. They're +9 differential, 6-3-4. They just lost the other night, but they're all right.
No, I had them in 4th.
Did you?
Yeah, it was 4th.
Yeah. So yeah, interesting to see what's going on. The Columbus is a mystery. Calgary and Anaheim down at the bottom down there. Even Chicago, although that whole division, that Central Division, it doesn't surprise me that they're at 6th, but in just a couple games they could be 3rd or 2nd. So
I'm just surprised that Anaheim can't score. I mean, they got so much offensive power, but they can't put anything in the net.
Yeah.
I mean, their goal differential's -14.
Man. Yeah. Yeah. Well, look at Calgary's -26.
Yeah.
Oof.
I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, they need some help defensively.
Yeah.
And they need to get the puck in the net too. I mean, they're not scoring the goals. They're giving up a lot. They're just giving up a lot of goals, man. They've given up 56 goals. Is that the most?
Given up?
Yeah, I think it is. 56.
Yes, yeah. Followed by Columbus 48.
Yeah. So there it is.
But if you look at goals for, I mean, Montreal's just pretty much dominating at 51.
Yeah,
I think the next highest to them is, let's see,
Dallas, maybe?
yes, Dallas, 46.
Dallas is good. And it's good to see him up there. I mean, sorry, Howie, but I mean, I'd rather see Minnesota at the top. But
I'm glad to see them back in the mix. I mean,
Yeah.
it's nice to have.
yeah. So I think, Howie, we'll wrap it up here now. Unless there's something else that you want to talk about.
No, I was just looking at, because with Calgary's goaltending situation, I was just looking at seeing, because both Hiller and Rama are going to be unrestricted free agents. I was seeing what goalies are going to be also free agents out there, who see who they could possibly trade for. And,
Cam Ward.
Cam Ward's the top one there.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be, I don't know what their salary cap is in Calgary, but
I don't know. Backstrom?
No. He's done.
You think?
Yeah, he's got too many.
Yeah, but maybe he needs a new team to
he's
rally behind.
He's too injury prone. I think his sales have come down, and he's. It'd be a lost cause.
How about Khudobin?
That would be a good one. Scrivens is another. Oh,
Scrivens would be great.
Stalock is another one. That would be good.
Yep.
Um,
Enroth. But I like Enroth. I'll tell you. Did you see him play the other night?
No.
Against St. Louis?
No.
Man, he was awesome. I like Enroth. I like him. He's a good backup for Quick. I hope they re-sign him because.
See, I read that one name earlier this morning. It was Rob Ram. I just read this one as Pete Peters.
Pete Peters and Rob Ramage. 2 goal.
Carter Hutton, Nashville is going to be available. I mean, I think Hutton would be. I think he's reached that point to where he could be a number one.
You think?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Well, let's real quick. Let's go through the games that are going on tonight and maybe over the weekend that might be neat to watch.
Well, for me, definitely is the schedule for Minnesota this weekend, actually, because we got we play Nashville tonight.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay on Saturday, and then Tuesday Winnipeg.
Wow.
So all big games.
Yeah. Yep, those are big. I guess some of the big ones from me, of course, the King game. I'll be watching that for sure.
The Pittsburgh Edmonton game will be interesting tomorrow. I want to see what they do with their lines with McDavid out.
Yep. And who does Montreal play?
Montreal actually plays tonight. Tonight they play the Islanders.
Yeah.
Which should be a good game.
Yeah, should be good. Is that in Montreal or?
Yes, that is in Montreal.
Ooh.
And then Saturday they have Boston.
You know, Montreal has not lost at home yet.
Correct. Nor has Minnesota.
We're not talking about Minnesota right now, my friend. I was talking about the Islanders going into Montreal.
You brought up the undefeated at home thing.
Well, I brought it up only because we have the Islanders who just are coming off of a win, going into Montreal, who has not lost at home. It should be a good game.
Columbus has not won at home.
Okay, well, we're not talking about Columbus either. I was trying to.
No, I know.
Okay. Enough said. Okay, Minnesota has not lost at home.
Correct.
Correct. Actually, they have the cleanest record at home. They don't have a tie at home either.
No.
Minnesota, we're talking about now. All right. So, yeah, that game, what else we got? Tonight we have the Nashville, Minnesota game. It will be good. That'll be good to watch tonight.
Sunday, Dallas and Detroit is always a good matchup.
The Boston-Washington game will be good.
Yes. And actually, Boston plays the Islanders on Sunday also, which will also be another good game.
Yeah. Definitely.
Let's see, for the weekend. That's pretty much it for big game. Oh, St. Louis and Nashville play on Saturday. That'll be a good game.
Yes, it will.
Oh, and then
Any of the divisional games are always good.
And then a matchup of two of your favorite teams, which I know you'll be glued to the TV for this one. Anaheim at San Jose.
Oh, wonderful. I cannot wait.
That's kind of like the Anaheim New York Ranger matchup for me.
Yeah, San Jose and Anaheim. How could those teams exist? Anyway, I think we'll wrap it up here.
What I forgot to bring up.
What?
Is who for the Kings? You know who I really like on LA?
Who?
Is Toffoli.
Oh, Tyler Toffoli, yeah.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
I like watching him. He's
yeah, that well, actually that whole line.
That line, yeah.
Yeah, it was really good. I don't know, Kings are awesome. I love to watch them. And I think Lucic, I guess, really fits in well now. He's like, I feel like he's a king now, you know?
Yeah.
He's a king.
Yeah. Oh,
I wasn't too sure how he was going to fit in at first.
I don't know if I showed you my new, I don't know if you call it a toy. My new, I guess, I don't know what you call it.
What?
Rally wheel or whatever.
Oh, well, it just shows up as a bright light.
Oh yeah,
but
it shows up as a light. No, yeah,
Yep.
my Minnesota Wild
yeah, we could post.
light.
We'll post that on the website. Get a real good picture of it, and then we'll post it.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
That's usually only for game use only.
Yeah. That's pretty sweet, though. All right, we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you all for watching and downloading our game and watching us on YouTube and going to our Facebook page and listening to us on Hockey Talk Radio at hockeytalkradio.us. And we are on iTunes, Stitcher. We're out there. You can email us at Jon and Howie at thepuckdropshere.com. Tweet us. Like us on Facebook. What else we got? All kinds of stuff. We're out there. Look at him. Look at him. You look like he was standing on your back. You know. So with that, Howie, we're going to wrap it up here. We will see you all next week. Enjoy the games. There's a lot of them on this weekend. And we will bid you all adieu.
Farewell.